onto Iran. The president slapping down any talk of paying the terrorist regime reparations for the U.S. strikes. But did it give him his own idea?
They asked for reparations, you might say, or they asked for money for the damage that we've done. I said, that's a good idea. Well, we're going to ask for money for the damage they've done over a 50-year period.
The president's new strategy is to inflict maximum economic pain on the country. The Treasury is tightening its grip with more sanctions on the regime.
And the commander-in-chief telling Axios, quote, "We are low-keying it militarily," adding, "We are only semi-negotiating with them. We're just watching Iran with its huge inflation and the fact they have no money."
For more, let's bring in former CIA station chief and Fox News contributor, Dan Hoffman. So, Dan, always great to see you. You're a guy who interprets things for me. I think I'm going to need you to interpret some of this. We are low-keying and semi-negotiating with Iran. I guess I interpret that as meaning we think the economic lever is going to bear a lot of fruit here. How do you interpret what the president's saying in terms of our strategy?
Well, I think the question the president must be asking his national security team and specifically the intelligence community, CIA, is whether Iran has enough total revenue earnings to reconstitute their ballistic missile program, to continue the nuclear program development, to build out their drones, to continue to disrupt trade in the Strait of Hormuz. If the answers to all of those questions are yes, then that's going to be a challenge for us, because this is a problem that's not like fine wine getting better with age. Iran is a state sponsor of terrorism, as we know. They support proxy terrorists in the region who conduct attacks all over the world, including assassination attempts against the President of the United States. And so we might be pursuing this strategy right now, but I'm not so sure that it will hold for the long term.
There was a question that Damian Paletta at the Wall Street Journal raised in a short article that he wrote, I think it was earlier this morning, Dan. Why is Iran acting like it is holding all the cards in the Hormuz talks? Do you have an answer to that?
Well, I think first and foremost, Iran has an incredibly high threshold for the pain that they're willing to inflict on their own population. So frankly, they don't care that their economy is in free fall, that their currency is worthless. As long as they have enough money for the 200,000 or so IRGC security and military, that's okay by them. They fought a war against Iraq in the 1980s, the first Gulf War, resulted in over 1 million casualties, use of chemical weapons. And it didn't really bother them, and they didn't want to sue for peace. Ayatollah Khamenei said he had to drink from the poison chalice. They didn't want any sort of peace. So they've got a high threshold for pain, and they see an opportunity. They want to reduce or eliminate altogether U.S. influence in the region. They're betting that the midterms will bring a change in U.S. policy. They know that the war is not popular here in the United States, and that we've faced a lot of pressure because of rising gas prices.
Dan, we're seeing reports that the Pentagon is ordering defense firms to ramp up weapons production. It's interesting because there's been this debate about whether what we're doing with Iran has been dictated by shortages in terms of our weapons system. What do you make of this memo that we're seeing ramping up production, and how much do you think it plays into the strategy we're pursuing right now?
Yeah, so how many Tomahawks we've used and how many we have left, or ATACMS or Patriot missiles, that's all, classified information to which none of us has access. But we could draw the inference that we're pausing on military strikes, perhaps because some of our stocks have been depleted. What I would emphasize from my experience serving in the intelligence community and deployed overseas for years in war zones with the U.S. military, this is not like a water faucet that you can turn on. If we're talking about our defense industrial base, this is something we want to build out. We should have been building out 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And so if the Trump administration is doing this now, and Deputy Secretary Steve Feinberg has taken the lead, and that's good because he's had extraordinary experience and success in the private sector, that will be good for 3-4 years down the road. We need to do this. and the Congress needs to be briefed, and they need to be supportive, I think, of what is an astronomically high defense budget, but it looks like it's something that we need to be doing in order to replenish our stocks and be prepared for the fights that may be coming.
Well, Dan, the backdrop of all of this, and just final word to you, is as we started this show, is a $40 trillion debt and interest expenses that are running just this year, probably $1.3 trillion, a budget deficit of $2 trillion, and spending on other things that is out of control. And that hamstrings our ability to execute a war. And does Iran know that?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, we've spent during times of war, and we've had to deal with budget deficits, most notably during World War II. But in this case, when we start with such a high deficit, and you're absolutely right, we've got to figure out how we're going to pay for this military budget, whether it's new taxes or however it's going to be done. But if we further put ourselves into debt, that in and of itself is a significant national security threat for our country. The debt is something that we're going to have to reckon with in years ahead.
Dan Hoffman, always appreciate your expertise. Thanks for joining us, sir. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Great to see you, Dan.